Welcome to the shooting show. This week, Byron Pace is rimfire rabbiting in the Highland Glens with his brother Daryl. And then after the news, Byron's back out with the Pulsar N870 after dark.
We're back at one of our permissions in the foothills of the Angus Glens. We've somewhat neglected our duties here in recent months, just been busy with a number of other things, and so the rabbit population has started to get away from us just a little bit. We want to start making a dent in that now, and me and my brother here, we've headed out to go and do a bit of a daytime recce and to have a little bit of fun as well. We haven't brought any lunch with us today, so the plan is to shoot some rabbits, see the areas that require a concentrated effort, especially when we come out with a lamp, and then take a couple of rabbits down into the little bit of a valley and forest behind us and cook up some lunch. So today we've got a 2.2 rifle with us, an Anschütz. The rabbits haven't been touched here for a while, as I said, so we shouldn't need that reach of a 1.7, which a lot of people are used to using now. And both Daryl and I really enjoy using the 2.2. Yep. And the silent aspect of it normally means that you can rattle over a few in quick succession without them knowing what's going on, especially at this time of year. It's really important to get onto right now before the grass gets up. There's a lot of young rabbits out already. We're still going to have to shoot them. They maybe don't have much or any meat value to them because they might be a bit small, but it's all part of the task of managing this particular area or any area like this. You have to get on top of it now, because if you let it get away in the next month or two, some of these areas you're just not going to be able to see them because they're just too overgrown. So the next couple of weeks we're going to be busy. We're going to start today.
The pair go their separate ways to maximise their chances at the coneys. First we follow Daryl as he sets out the plan of attack.
The plan is we're going to go through this valley here. All the rabbits are on the flat up there. We'll head down and then we'll go over the ridge and we'll ambush them from the side.
Daryl's footstalk quickly takes him to the high ground. From here he can spy the area effectively and plan his angles of approach to give him the best shots. There's certainly no shortage of quarry here, as we see for ourselves when Daryl bumped into a rabbit right at the top of the ridge. Quickly into the prone position, Daryl makes a good shot to kick things off. But there's no time to dwell on that first kill. We've got a serious job to do today, so Daryl quickly gets hunting once more. With the rabbits amassing on the ground below, we're forced into a quick descent to get in among them. Fortune favours us here, as after a textbook stalk in, Daryl finds his two targeted rabbits in exactly the right spot. One rabbit drops to a well-placed RWS subsonic round. The second one wasn't hanging about, but it doesn't matter, as just a few yards down the fence line, another golden opportunity awaits. Daryl is getting warmed up nicely, but this isn't easy terrain where you can pick them off by the dozen. This is the Angus Glens, with uneven topography that makes you work for every shot. After another long footstalk, Daryl gets face to face with one more rabbit. After a brief stop to pick that rabbit up, we're heading back to the high ground, and that's where Daryl gets his best chance of all. One rabbit drops clean into the shot, and less than 20 yards away, another waits unconcerned. Time to make it 2 in a row. It's been a steady morning for Daryl. Time to see how Byron is getting on. Stalking lower down through the forestry, Byron's taking well to the Anschütz and RWS combo, picking off the rabbits one by one. But he's got his eyes set on a bigger target.
It's been a really nice day while we've been out. It's just started to turn a little bit now. It's started to rain, which isn't great, but I think it's going to pass. So we'll carry on. We've actually just seen a black rabbit, otherwise known as a parson's rabbit. Where we were on the other side of this hill, it actually looked like a crow. That's what I thought it was to begin with. But a little bit of zooming in on the camera, I could see that it was a parson's. So just over the other side of this bank, I think we're going to have to do a bit of crawling to get within range, but it's definitely one that I would quite like to have on the tally for today.
You don't put yourself through a 50-yard crawl for just any rabbit, but Byron's more than up to the task. Sadly, it doesn't go to plan here.
He's still there, but we're going to have to drop down here a little bit more to gain a bit of ground. I don't want to mess this one up. So we'll just try and knock about 20 metres off where we are right now.
A few yards further on, Byron's still got the black rabbit in his sights, but he's getting even more desperate.
This seems absolutely crazy. Just over here there's probably about 20 rabbits, and I'm ignoring them to go and shoot this one, and they're all within range. I still can't quite get a clear shot on this black rabbit, so I'm going to drop down a bit further and try and make another plan. I'm also running out of ammo, because me and my brother have made the amateur mistake of only knocking half a box into our pockets. So we're going to have to go and refuel, but we definitely need to come back here because it's just tons of them.
With a few more yards of crawling, Byron's finally happy with his shooting position. This is it. And the opportunity could be even better than he thought.
One after the other, that was pretty good. Job done. Both clean headshots. The only reason they're flipping around like they are is because they've been shot through the head. It's not that they've been injured in any way, it's completely lights out for them. And I think that rabbit we're going to cook once we finish today.
He might have spent half his hunting time chasing just one rabbit, but Byron's finally happy. Meanwhile, Daryl's been picking up the pace.
I basically aimed where his ears would be if they were sticking upright.
At the top of them.
The top of them, yeah. And that did it. See, and you thought I missed.
Collecting the last of the bag, the brothers turn their hand to the culinary arts of the bushman.
We've had a few showers today, so things are a little bit damp. This has managed to stay dry, and it's nice and feathery. It's got a big surface area for catching a tinder. This is also dead on the one side, so it's perfect for a small amount of kindling once I've got an ember glowing. So let's see if I can start this, and then we'll get the legs of these rabbits on the fire.
Byron's clearly taken to his role as a wilderness chef. He's soon got the fire on the go, rabbits paunched and skinned to cook slowly on the ember-heated stones.
We've been out doing a job today. This particular farm's featured on the shooting show before, actually. Just when we got permission here, my brother and I, just like we've done today, headed out to see exactly what the farm was all about. We didn't know the ground then, and make a bit of a dent in the rabbit population. We've had it for a couple of years now, and we've been trying to keep on top of it. This year's been a really good year for rabbits, so there's a lot more than there has been. What we've done today, has it really made a massive difference to the rabbit population? Not really. We've shot about 20. We're going to carry on doing this, and we're going to start shooting at night once, twice a week to really make a big impact on the population. But this was more than just about getting on top of the rabbits. We were doing a good job because it's a deed that needs to be done for the control of the population. But we've had so much fun today. Shooting subsonic ammo through a 2.2 really helps hone your skills, shooting from all manner of positions, unsupported, no bipod, some sitting, some standing, some lying down prone without any other support. It's a really good way to improve your hunting skills, whatever kind of hunting you do. And we're just topping off what we're doing today, my brother and I, cooking a little bit of what we've managed to harvest today on a fire. This is what hunting is all about. What do you think, Daz?
Yeah, really good. Considering it's cooked with absolutely no herbs or anything.
No seasoning.
No seasoning. It's absolutely brilliant. And if I was Bear Grylls, I'd cook all this, I'd then throw it in the river, and then eat the guts raw behind me.
It doesn't get much more pure hand to mouth. I'm shooting a rabbit, what, an hour ago, cooking it out here in the field and consuming it. Absolutely magic.
Byron and Darryl there, clocking up the coneys. And now, it's the Shooting Show News.
This is the Shooting Show News. The season is hotting up for female shooters, with the Lady Shot of the Year competition kicking off. A series of 23 ladies-only sporting shoots takes place next Saturday across the country. After that, all eyes turn to the final at the CLA Game Fair. Run by the Shotgun and Chelsea Bun Club, Lady Shot of the Year has a range of clothing and other prizes up for grabs, and it also raises money for the Victoria's Promise charity. For more details, visit gamefair.co.uk. It could be a tough year for game shoots if the latest reports are to be believed. The Met Office reported that May was nearly a degree cooler than average, with 57% more rainfall. Low temperatures and cold winds may have affected egg numbers, with smaller clutches and delayed hatching a common sight in Scotland and the north of England. But it's understood that more southerly estates are faring better. Don't miss all your game rearing and shooting news in iShoot magazine. Shooting insurance is more important than ever, and BASC has released a new range of insurance policies geared specifically to field sports. Covering motoring, travel insurance and personal accident cover, these policies cover the gaps that standard policies miss when it comes to shooting. BASC's travel insurance covers a wide range of shooting trips, including safaris, while the personal accident cover pays out up to £200,000 for accidents that occur during BASC-recognised activities. Ken Parr, Olympic superstar? That's what we could be hearing in a year's time if the Surrey small ball shooter's latest run of form is anything to go by. 2 weeks ago, he became the first British man in 7 years to make it to an ISSF World Cup final. And he followed that up last week by setting a new range record at the NSRA 50-metre Championships at Bisley. He shot 628 in the men's prone qualification round and went on to win the final two. The Clay Shooting Classic is just 9 days away, and all attention is turning to who might walk away as high gun this year. A host of big names have already signed up to compete, including John Lee and Ed Solomons. But the man to beat is Mark Windsor. After triumphing in 2013 and 2014, he's aiming to make history with a hat-trick of classic victories. If you want to shoot alongside him, as well as for a chance at a £35,000 prize pot, sign up now at theclayshootingcompany.com or ring the number on screen now. And don't forget, it's less than 7 weeks until the CLA Game Fair. Save money on tickets by buying online now. That was the Shooting Show News.
What I have here is the latest digital night vision offering from Pulsar. It's their Pulsar DigiSight LRF870. LRF stands for Laser Rangefinder. Now this adds a very important addition to an already successful unit. One of the things that I've always said, and it's come up in the discussion when I've made night hunting, night vision films before, is that the depth perception with thermal or night vision is very difficult to get your head round. And very often you'll have animals coming in, be that a fox or you're getting into a rabbit, that without shining a white light on it, it can be very difficult just through the scope to work out how far that is. And on a number of occasions there's been considerable hesitation or shots not taken where they could have definitely been taken because whoever's behind the rifle thinks that fox hasn't come in far enough. The laser range finder on the side of the Pulsar unit removes that doubt and it is a really good addition. And the last discussion I had with Scott McKenzie and Eden up in Skye was, wouldn't it be great if some of these units were fitted with a laser rangefinder, because it would remove one of the major obstacles for accurately shooting at night with these units. That has now been done. It looks very similar to the N750 with the exception of this part here, which is the laser rangefinder. Other than that, not a great deal has changed, and those people who have used it before will be very familiar with the functionality. I mean, I only read the instruction book for maybe 5 minutes and I can pretty much find my way around it. I'll just go over one or two of the neat aspects that this unit offers that allows you to tailor it to exactly how you want it set up. On and off, it's very simple. On-off switch here, it's just a dial that you twist. It also activates the built-in IR, but I've got a Nightmaster mounted on it as well, just for an extended reach. And when I use this in the field tonight, we will talk about these components and also see exactly how good the image is and at what range you can identify and at what range you would be able to shoot. But we'll do that tonight when it's dark and I can use it out in the field on some living animals, be that rabbits or foxes, so that you can get appreciation of exactly what we're looking at. The menu button is on the side here. It's exactly as it was before, pretty much. A button in the middle to toggle through, and then you twist it to scroll through and press it again to activate whatever menu that you're on. So if I just go into one of the menu settings here, we'll talk about one or two aspects. The choice of crosshairs on this is quite remarkable. You can have all manner of options with different colors in the middle, different shapes, different sizes. I've stuck with something fairly simple so as not to complicate it, and you can even change the center cross color as well as the shape and color of the overall crosshair as well, so you're really able to tweak it exactly how you want it. The zeroing on this unit is exactly the same as it was on the N750. You've got this brilliant one-shot zero, which is the only method that I use. There is another method as well. Take a shot on the paper, put yourself a nice big bit of paper up so that you can definitely find your first bullet strike, and then simply go into the one-shot zero option, move your little cross over your bullet hole, keeping the rifle aimed at the point that you were aiming, and reset it, and it'll bring your crosshair down and save that, and you should be pretty much there. You might have to do it one more time, but normally 2-3 shots, the job is done. The rangefinder can be calibrated as well. To operate it, you simply press this button on the top. It brackets whatever it is that you're looking at, and then by pressing it again in the top right hand corner, it'll read out how many meters or yards depending on what unit you've selected. These Pulsar units have already proven themselves very successful. They are still market leaders in offering digital night vision. For now, I'm going to leave it there. You're going to be joining me again once the sun has gone down and we have a chance to really run this through its paces in the environment that it's intended to be used. Given this unit a good run tonight. We've got a lot of rabbits on this ground and we've rolled over quite a number. It's really given me the chance to see its capabilities at various different ranges. We've got quite a lot of stretching land here, so we can see out quite far. 100 meters, no bother whatsoever. I've been shooting with a 2.2 subsonic tonight, so we haven't really been pushing the range with rabbits that we've killed, but I'm still able to look out and see what the unit is capable of. 150 meters, also very clear. I would have no issue shooting rabbits at all. 200 meters, also fine. Getting to 250 and 300, you're starting to lose a little bit of the clarity, but you can definitely make it out that it is a rabbit that you're looking at. And even at 300 meters, you probably could take that shot. And certainly if you're looking at something the size of a fox, I think it's a shot with the right IR that you could certainly take. And that is pretty much the nighttime capabilities that you are looking for. You don't want to be taking shots any more than 300 meters anyway, so this unit delivers everything that you could really ask of it for an MV unit. Like I said before, the laser rangefinder really does make a huge difference. It just gives you that confidence that what you are looking at is within the range of whatever the rifle is that you're using is zeroed to. It was really good tonight using it for subsonic ammo. The unit as a whole works well. There are one or two things that aren't that great. The little flip-up cap here at the front, not very smartly designed because of the rangefinder being on the side. You're forced to put your IR on the top. So this you can never fold back, and if you do fold it back underneath your IR unit, you won't be able to put the protective cover back. The other thing that bugged me a little bit was that for the incremental zoom using the wheel here, which is so useful, but to get to it you have to scroll through and it doesn't save what the last thing you were doing was. So every time you press the menu button in to go and zoom, you have to press it in 2 more times to go through brightness and contrast before you get to your zoom, and I found that a little irritating, but you soon get used to it and it becomes a bit of a default action. But these units are really good. It just makes rabbit shooting so easy, and I could definitely see one of these being very useful in my armoury.
Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you're not a member of BASC, it's time to join now. BASC, looking after your sport, looking after you. This has been The Shooting Show.